This is a DomHallPlays, and this is Dead Ops Arcade. The last time we did a video of Dead Ops, it was in first person and absolutely confusing as possible. We'll be doing some more of that, but it's going to be in third person this time. There's some power-ups that you can get that'll switch the game into first person for all players. So I might not pick it up, someone else might pick it up, but it'll be a very jarring experience if it happens. I guess got done with a round of Dead Ops myself to see what it's like. It was pretty fun. If you're kind of like The Binding of Isaac or any of those top-down shooter zombie titles, this is where it's at. And when I say this is where it's at, like I'm telling you what. If you're wondering where all the old maps from Black Ops 3 and 4 and all that went, in 6, it's in Dead Ops Arcade. And there's about 5 hours of content here. There'll be moments where you can take a 15-minute break if you pay attention, but other than that, this is a 5-hour dedication. And standard zombies. So the first time I got to the boss room took about 5 hours, but yesterday I got the gauntlet and everything done in about an hour. And then after 2 hours of being stuck, I just kind of quit because the rounds got too high. But I'm considering tackling it again because the only part I can't do is finding the keys. Now think about that for a second. I can do all of it, but I can't find the keys. And it's not like I can't find the keys, it's just that I haven't gone out of my way to look for them. After activating. So, you know, you can find the keys early, I think, if you do not have, what is it? There's something that you need to find them once you get the gauntlet. But, it makes it so the keys appear to be yellow dots on the screen. And if you don't have that, I think you're gonna have to get this. And it's kind of a guessing contest because sometimes keys spawn in semi-random locations. There's only like 3 spots it can be. Typically each spot. It's not really the time to have to guess. Because it gives you damage, speed, and health rigidity buffs. Like when you're not able to run to, it will slow you down to, then you're limited to 75 health, and then you can't regen until you have all your keys. That's something to take into consideration. So I thought it'd be a good time to explain my name and title. 10 years ago when I made the channel 12 Games, my name was Riker Stacks. I thought that was okay. Except for in competition-based battle like Team Fortress 2, which I happen to play a lot of after Minecraft. Like Riker Stacks with Minecraft makes a lot of sense because you're stacking blocks. But, you're kind of in space, I guess. At least virtualized. But, you know, when it came down to like games like Chivalry and Call of Duty and Finals and Anthem and all those other titles, it usually says like killed by, right? Or you're eliminated by, or sniped by, or you know, whatever it is. So I was thinking, I actually, you know, it wasn't my original idea. I had to go to some forums. I typed in cool usernames for, you know, I don't know, dude who's just like, oh yeah, here's a whole bunch of names that you could use, and I hated all of them. But one of the commenters was like, yeah, I saw a dude online the other day with the name Rival, and I thought it was pretty neat, but I don't think I have the balls to carry such a title. And I was like, wait a minute, what? It's like, yeah, because like, we have that name, obviously actually good. Imagine you log into like World of Warcraft, your name is your Rival, and you're like level 1. You stole that name from the dude who could actually be that guy. He goes up into your village and kills your bank. There you go. You start the siege. So I thought, you know, I'm a berserker in Team Fortress 2 and I always win first place, so I might as well do it. Or Grenadier, sorry. Because they're such a bizarre character, they're such a bizarre class that nobody knows what to do about it. On the street decides to run away and hide. And you can't run away because it boosts you and then smash you with a freaking shield and sword at the same time. There's nothing to do about it. Especially if there's grenades already planted behind you from someone else or something. So, you know, it's just a fun game. So, you know, while wrecking in that game, I earned my title. Okay, this is how you got it. Then I went to other games with that name and see what it would be like. Talk about getting your powerful. Like, instantly you're causing envy, like everyone you meet. Sometimes you go on your own team, like that, like, dude, come on, you can be my rival. Just get over yourself. And if you become my rival and try to destroy me, want to destroy yourself, like talk to me. Initially, I won't try, I'll just compliment the people. But, when it comes to like games like the finals or something, like, I'll get punked on purpose, just so people can show me cool things. Or like if it's a zombie, so you're like, hey, here's a cool trick you have to know. If I see you not being cool, like I'm gonna make you cool somehow. I think that's pretty neat. But then if I drop the title, I can use another title. Like I have my DomHallPlays title I use sometimes. Yeah, I'm going with my bass players because it's like, and everyone's too nice. Oh, you want me to stand here and die? Oh, no, I'm just derping around. Oh yeah, I can revive you. Let's chill. Yeah. That's fine, but it's a little too easy. Not that I don't like it. It's cool. It's not like, you know, being a salty butthole over here all the time. What it's about, but it's too easy. And like my other title, Ball, that's a single player title for destroying bosses. Ball's the only one that can do it. Natsui can do it too, but they have
What up? Raven's rally!
Let's go! You go! Which one? Orange guy. So yeah, I was pretty timid in starting this channel because I thought that having just something would be lame. But then every Call of Duty channel I watched, it was like, and I thought that was lame until I realized how entertaining that was. Because I went from no commentary gameplay because I thought vocals were lame, like dude, you're talking over the game. Like, let me just like be autistic over here, you know? Or be an audiophile over here. Care about it. Just be a smooth brain. And I don't like watching videos like that, I noticed. So if I don't like watching it, at least 700 other people. So that's just something we take into consideration. So I decided to do some vocals. Now I see other people, mainly females, with video. And like, that's cool and all, but I'm not here to buy your OnlyFans. I'm here to watch gameplay videos, right? So I know what they're about, and it's like, it's a word. I think it's desperate. Desperation at its best. Like, you need clout so bad that you have to flash your image on a gameplay channel to get people like this. I don't know. Entered raunchy comment here. But then, I mean, if you supply a service and people pay for it, then I guess you do. I guess find it as a low grade of prostitution. Not the slut shame. I'm just calling it as real as possible. But do men get to do that? It's like, no, they literally get by with using their brains. Like, you know what I'm gonna do? Like, I'm gonna give you a tutorial on how to be good at survival zombies. And that's how I get my gameplay. Also, I'm gonna be good at doing survival zombies. What do girls do? I'm gonna get carried and ranked, and then I'm gonna flash my tits, and then there you go, I have more things to do. Kinda makes me mad. But I also deal with this as a musician also. And you know, some musicians decide to say, why don't you just put on some tits and play some bass then? I'm like, because I'm not a conformist. It's literally every country that looks only at America as pigs for doing this. They say that America has become basically a prostitution ring. That's a rather disgusting state of matter to deal with. Having a pedophilic president and having shit fans as a way for people to make money is something that is shamed by every country except for America. So those whores have taken our jobs. It's not really the internationals. But yeah, this is DomHallPlays. You can go on my channel. If you're like 18 and under, you might want to go to a different channel where your IQ can be accepted. But if you have an IQ of about 136 or above, you might want to go to my channel. Your IQ. I also keep it satirical, satire. Take nothing I say seriously. And if you do, I apologize. Some people are more sensitive than others. I was raised on Comedy Central. If that's too hardcore for you, you can go watch your satellite television. There's no Stephen Colbert on there. Holy crap, it's a barrel. Dude, I thought it was gonna kill me. Okay, so this is as far as I made it on Dead Ops. I'm just kind of dirt. I like this map. I like this map from Black Ops 6. The tank looks different. Significantly different. If that is a tank. It's kind of like a power conversion body or something. I just want to make it to the deadfall. Dead Liberty. Maybe Liberty Dead. Which is kind of funny. I want to be a pretty good band name. System Up and Down, or Liberty Dead. Anyway, System Up and Down, or Liberty Dead. Alright, came up with that, it's on my channel. If you steal it, then I guess when we're becoming more popular, then you can have a copyright now. Oh yeah, if you stand on top of each other when you're down, you'll be able to fast. You're asking for others. If a whole team stands on you, you'll do right. Significantly fast. And in most of these rooms, if your team will work with you and rotate in a clockwise fashion, there's increase your level of survival. You're all going in different directions, sometimes as long as somebody's spinning behind. But I mean, you can celebrate Ramadan while playing video games, so why wouldn't I mind people? So, that's just kind of what I was thinking, but then I also don't want people to think I'm brown, because I'm not. Yeah, I might look brown, like a hello Pakistani people, I'm like, brother! I'm like, yeah. I won't disclose. I'll just let my voice be what it is. You can stalk me and figure it out yourself. I don't disclose what my ethnicity is, but that's what mystery is for. But anyway, you can assume whatever it is based off of the vibrations you hear in your eardubs. That's my voice. But it's not represented properly because it's 16,000 hertz kilohertz. It's 16,000. If it was in like 48 megahertz at 24-bit or above, I mean, you might be able to hear the bass of my voice. That gives you this unique character, but you sound like this in the nerves. At least that's what I sound like to myself. It's okay to be a nerd, but I don't qualify to be a nerd. Nerds make the stuff that they use, I guess use the stuff that people don't know how to use. That picked up, but I said geeks are cool, nerds are not. Like, nerds will get mad at you for like talking to them or something. Or geeks might think you're cool for talking. Or they might feel cool about themselves if you're talking to them. Nerds can be mean, but geeks will charge you. I mean, nerds might charge you too. You know those 2 green scientists that you don't kill in campaign mode? Those are nerds. What are they doing with their time besides being a bunch of buttholes? And last time I checked, nerds generally don't like people. They're not about. Then again, nerds might not even know what a person is. Probably just think of like on such a level. It's like, well, we're all biocomputers, you know, like as computers, just like me. I just still here. Like if you ever looked up bioengineering, like actually, it'll literally blow your little nugget apart, especially when it comes down to mechanics in real life. I mean, like, dude, is everything like made of flesh or something? Cosmic level? Yeah. Except for that stuff made out of plastic and styrofoam. That's synthetic materials, not human made. Some dinosaur died and then... Oh wait, it's a synthetic material, human made. It's like basically alien stuff. That stuff isn't really a part of the cosmos. Like, you're not gonna find plastic on Mars. Consider that how weird that is. They're like humans that produce this weird amalgam called plastic. Styrofoam. It's kind of gross. Like, can we find? Like, I haven't googled this yet, but is there oil on other planets? If there's oil on other planets than dinosaurs, then why are we looking for life on planets? Can't even get life going on. Hey, dude, we're at the Liberty Falls level. Wow, what do you know? I forgot these green things. Liberty Balls. Oh yeah, you're also supposed to find nooks in the map. Zombies can't appear behind, so I'm just gonna stand right here. That shot is so I can get 1,000 views in this video. Not this video, at least one of the videos that I posted. It doesn't have to be a bad video. I already know the video isn't that great, but you know, if you like hearing me talk about random stuff, I mean, that's always something to jump in on. You can just pop up the video while you're at work, riding your bike, and just listen to what I'm saying versus watching what I'm doing, because, you know, in terms of watching what I'm doing, I'm not sure if it's that exciting. I do got content. And you know what the best part about following me will be? You can coin in on what you want me to talk about. Very diverse and care. And I'm trying to really get back to where Markiplier was when he originally started. I'm gonna play scary games too. But it was really just him talking and playing games, and that's what I liked. I don't really care about the advertisements. I don't care about anything. To be honest, I care about his vlog. Like, I care about him. I care about his voice and what he's interested in talking about. But I don't give a crap about red hair Markiplier. Basically, ever since he went red hair Markiplier, I just jumped off the ship. I don't care. Same thing with PewDiePie. I don't care about anything non-related to video game content directly. Like, he would go into a game and break it because he played it so intensely. That's what I was about. Now it's just like, here's some bullshit, here's some more bullshit, here's some more bullshit. It's not bullshit, like, he's never made bullshit content. He's a great creator. It's just that the level of intimacy with him and playing his games isn't really there. And I know that burnout's a thing, being forced to record is a thing, but it's not. Maybe even finding games that are worth playing, but I don't think I've ever seen him play like Resident Evil, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like the original ones on Capcom or anything. It's just clout material, I think. If you gotta run a channel like that, maybe you should make another one that's shittier. Let's see, helicopter, 5-minute blade, holy brimstone. I don't know what any of this is, I'm just gonna buy stuff. Okay, great. See how good I am at this game. It's first impressions. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna shoot these crates and stuff. This must be a bonus room. I heard about those. Dude, there was a saga. This is the Dark Souls room, I'm telling you what. Speaking of which, by the way, if you play campaign mode in-game, there are areas of the map that straight up look like Khalid, like Dark Souls, like Elden Ring kind of thing going on. Oh, there's the exit over here. I'll wait until you guys are done. Take a break. Oh, so these are the rooms you can take a break in. So you gotta, like, you know, use the bathroom, make some toast, you know, pet your cat. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. And then continue, because this is a long mission. I am a helicopter. Dead Ops 4 arcade. This was not in Black Ops 6. I'm gonna load up the title. Look, I'm pretty sure it was not. If it was, I would at least give it a shot. But why wasn't it? Is the real question. So there's two types of people in every game studio. You got the serious people and the less serious people that make all the extra cool stuff. I think they had some time, I guess, to make Dead Ops arcade nice and clean. And also, I'm having arguments with people, man. Look, let's talk about something. In my last video, what was it? It was the zombie survival prank video. I was talking about how Black Ops 2 was a more serious title than 6, but 6 didn't lose its roots because it increased the ability in terms of movements and balance out damage and things like that. Like Black Ops 2, you could just go and destroy people with a pistol. Some people like that, some people don't. It's not balanced. And the fact that it's not balanced makes it fun. Like, all the weapons are overpowered. The abilities you can put together make you overpowered. That's something worth making a counter for, I guess. Like a counter class for. But having that balance on 6, where it's really what gun you use, whether or not you're landing your shots, to the point where it's not a matter of how powerful your gun is, it's a matter of you landing your shots. And then people complaining about that, I think that's cute. And then people with controllers like me who need aim assist, like, people rage quitting over the fact that the aim assist is too good, and there's no skill to that. I mean, the skill is, when it comes down to draw in Western culture, if you happen to not know, it's whoever pulls the trigger first wins. So if the aim assist is maxed, and you saw the other person first, and you pulled the trigger first, you win. That's how it was in Halo. So the fact that people are complaining so much about aim assist makes me want to freak out on them. Like, why does it matter? Are you complaining that you suck, basically? Because you get the same amount of aim assist. And whether you're on a controller or a mouse or anything else. And if you're on a mouse, won't you be glad that your mouse is even more precise than it was 2 seconds ago? Okay, and then moving on. Oh, topics. Man, it was really important. Oh yeah, the guns not being serious enough for Black Ops. Okay, I understand that real operatives go into meth houses and blow people up or get blown up sometimes because it's a SWAT level job to like do that, to deal with the zombies of the state. But yeah, I don't see them wearing colors, you know what I'm saying, or having even fruity egos or personas. There might be some fruit cakes in there, but you know what I'm saying, like none of them are like, oh, you a spothead, maybe they are dealing with meth stuff, but you know, I'm not gonna judge. Anyway, well, people are, right? People are saying that it's not cool, and I'm saying that is cool to an extent. If the characters are more realistic, like, and I'm gonna get a little zany here, if they're more like, obviously they're trying to sell sex, straight up, I'm not gonna lie, right? Every female operator has pitties available, they have ass creases available, there's not one that doesn't. So they're trying to sell sex. To not have Bayonetta as a character is kind of stupid. 1, she's a serious character, but 2, she's a rocky character with a cool persona to back behind her guns, I guess. Versus Ballerina, which just kind of doesn't make any sense. And they're also a terrible model for the game. Right, and then who wants to kill Ballerina? It's kind of messed up. Right, like killing Bayonetta is like an ego thing. You know, Dante, that'd be kind of cool. Like back when it was serious, think about it. It was Alucard who they added. It was an anime character from Hellsing. So they got kind of zany with the whole Beavis and Butthead stuff, but I was okay with it. Having light colors on the eyes is good for anti-depression. Coming from my state, Seattle, Washington, where it's like 80% cloudy 90% of the time, like 9 months out of the year, having bright colors and the gay flag all over the place is actually pretty cool, because you'll be like walking around in a scene that's all gray, and the next thing you know you get a rainbow or something colorful. Kind of brighten up the mood. And if you're one of those salty characters that like being a salty butthole, then that might not be your thing. You might be like, I want to keep it all black. But if you're a true salty butthole, I guess you'd be keeping it all white, right? Because your ass is so tight it squeaks when it walks, so your clothes just don't get dirty. So anyway, I bring this up again because I had a pea coat that had a rainbow stitch on the inside, and I was wearing pure black, or at least I thought I did. On St. Patty's Day, I looked inside and noticed that there was a rainbow patch in there. It made my day every time I opened my pocket. Even when I was wearing pure black, I was always in a brighter mood than everybody else. So, taking that into consideration, color therapy is pretty cool. Like those were all different colors, obviously like all white or black. Like, what would be the 4 black colors to use? White, black, gray, and like clear. Like it's all color therapy. This game works because of color therapy. Like if that magma was green, this level might be completely lame, or like might make you hungry or something. That'd be bad. Like restaurants are a certain color for a certain reason. Logos are a certain color for a certain reason. Sonic's head shape is a certain shape for a certain reason, you know what I'm saying? All these things matter. I don't know what brought up that title, I don't know what brought up that conversation, but yeah. I'll remember what I was talking about later. Oh yeah, okay, so the debate on with new players saying that the guns are not zany enough. Okay, so this game, I'm not sure if it's a run on Unreal Tournament or something, Unreal Engine or not, but if it is, then Unreal Tournament is the parent and father of this game and any other Unreal titled games. The reason why is because Unreal Tournament is the grandfather of first-person shooters. I'm pretty sure it was one of the first with Quake and Doom, so and 007. But hold up. But I think this is glitched. These should be moving. Anyway, point being, zany guns are cool because Unreal Tournament only has zany guns. Like, I think that's what its thing is about. They have like kind of basic zany guns, and then they have ultra weapons. And the ultra weapons spawn on the map, and everyone knows that. And the whole point is to get to it. And that's what makes it so out of the tournament. The wonder weapon has spawned on the top of the map, everyone get to it. And then the first person that gets to it pretty much wipes everyone out on the map, except for all the weapon on the map are zany. So you might have your goo gun out, and then you blasted someone with goo and they're dying of acid radiation or something, covered in goo and you can't see very well. And they're also slowed down. But also, if you miss, goo gets on the ground, so they can be slowed down or take damage in those spots that are stepping. Or for instance, if you put too much goo down, they just get covered in goo because there's goo slime. All of that's found in NVIDIA physics. This is way back days. Early 2000s it was doing this. So, the fact that when I shoot a character, physics blood doesn't come gushing out, still perplexes me. It exists. And the fact that water isn't physics water still perplexes me till today, and I know it's a memory issue. Like, if we have graphics card of 100 memory, then maybe we could be able to run that type of thing. Borderlands 2 tried to run that kind of thing with the physics shooting, or physics thing. And the problem was that if you set it to high, the physics particles never go away, and it just does massive damage to your graphics card. So the memory got wrecked. But it just affected overall gameplay, but in terms of graphics, it helped massively. Oh yeah, this is an example of being revived when they all stand up. It's like twice as fast, I guess, when everyone's doing it. But yeah, this is the part. You can't go up this way. You can't use your power dash or else you'll just die. This way, use your power dash. Oh, okay, just jump. This is the Baldur's Gate level. Kind of like Baldur's Gate meets Tomb Raider. But dude, if only oh boy, what? If only Baldur's Gate was action-based like this. Like, okay, you know, they're in studio replacements. Look at this stuff. Okay, this is Baldur's Gate. Okay, you have brains coming down here. You got the bubble. Okay, I'm gonna activate my skills with like my perk mechanic. Run down left bumper, and then the tree can come up and action use. Why do I have to stop? Just give me enough space to run around. Let's do that next time. Because your game was hella tiny if you consider it. You put like 3 chapters in like Portland-sized map, like to get a pee. I played the game twice and I couldn't play it again because I had the whole map memorized. That was the only problem with that game. If they released more DLC in terms of maps, I'd play it in my life. For the rest of my life. That's probably why they did. Yeah, this game's illegal! GTA 6 is coming out. shooting him down. Armed to my pistol. I leave him. Yeah. I was gonna tell you not to do that. At least you didn't die. I also know you probably can't hear me either. But, moving on with that. I'm just gonna crawl my way to the end. I think it's a good strategy. There's an arrow pointing down to my death. I'm gonna respond right here and let me go. I'm like low key, like, is doing this to record something, but also apparently a reward for finishing this is some type of hold on quotes. Cool mechanic. I don't think it's that cool. It's pretty tacky. I've already unlocked cooler camos and bombs. Whoa! Partner! Squander. Let's do some foreshadowing. So, next Zelda game. That was not going to be a top-down 8-bit review. Anything like this one. Oh, also, if you're one of those people who only play Call of Duty, I feel bad for you. So if you only play Call of Duty, you should probably go try Gears 4. But it's kind of hard to do that these days. I mean, you can play the revamped version, I guess, but it still sucks in comparison. Fate Rocket. But then, you know, but like real modern titles that you could play would be like Finals, or Back to the Dead, or what's that Portal game called? Hyperloop? It's called Hyperloop. The game is good too. And they're all featuring elements that have mechanics similar to Call of Duty, different gameplay. So, you have a game, you enjoy all the game modes, you learn them, you get used to them. So, what are you afraid of learning new game modes? Or having operators that do different stuff? Because like in the Finals, it's fully destructible environments. So you get hatchets, swords, daggers, crossbows, all the weapons from this game essentially, AK-47s, whatever you want. Grenades, EMP grenades, gravity grenades, toxic grenades, gas grenades, whatever you want. And there's cool events and unlocks and battle passes. This is the only game with battle pass, you know what I'm saying? Other games that need the fan base of this title. So this title have competition, so it doesn't suck. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you keep going into McDonald's and giving them money and never go to Burger King and buy anything, and then they're never going to compete with Burger King and make new items. Or better items, for that matter. So if you're only playing Call of Duty, that's a moral, that should be like a moral issue. I like this game, that's great, but what are you comparing it to? Rice? This in comparison to rice is honestly better. Put some sriracha on some rice. Have you ever put sriracha on rice before? It's like, take a bowl of sriracha and make an X shape on some rice. You don't want to smother it in rice, you just want some sriracha to be there. Or you just eat it. It's delicious, but like, it depends on what rice you use. I'd suggest Calmary's rice. It will make you fat though. Guaranteed. Unless you're one of those people who have problems getting fat, in which case it'll give you a lot of energy. Like a ninja hiding in attic. So yeah, so back in the day, ninjas who would hide in your attic, basically, would take a pound, or an ounce sometimes, of rice and stick it in their pockets. And they would just put the rice in their mouth until it dissolved. That's how they sustain themselves. Fun facts. No water, by the way. Because, you know, where are you gonna go pee, right?
A new wingman appears!
Like, you can put things in the hilt of your sword, I imagine. You're smart. That's why I'd fill my water. Or, I mean, I guess you'd have a dagger or something. Just put some water in my dagger. You can sip every once in a while. But a ninja's sword was actually a tool. They used it as a ladder. They used it as a hook to get themselves up on top of places and around. They used it as a lock-picking device in some cases. It was a tool of the time period. Papa Tart wants to leave. Oh, okay, this is one of those break rooms again. Yeah, what are the names here we got? We got Papa Tart, we got... I'm gonna call him Zach 6. We got Your God. Just letting you know Zach 6 is the sicker and more memorable title than what you got going. If you made a YouTube channel called Zach 6, that just be like, alright, that person's pretty cool. Here's a pro tip. Constructive criticism. But if you can't hear me, I guess that's what you get for putting me on mute. I don't put anyone on mute because Call of Duty chatter is supposed to be freaking. Where's the guy with the freaking fire alarm that's beeping? That's my quality standards. Okay. Where's the guy who gets mad when I just randomly tell him that he ate shit last round even though he's doing a really good job? I want him to insult my mom for no reason.
New kicks!
Oh, this is the map we're supposed to go in like a clockwise position, unless you guys think you're baller enough to take one lane each. Which we should be. Alright, what am I perked on today? I am on Hosties. Ho-hos. This isn't an ad. This is, I mean, it kind of is. It kind of is. Like they talk about, okay, so food is a frequency, right? It's a vibration, right? Check this out. You have a glass of water. It vibrates at a certain frequency. Then you put a hostess in it. Whatever you want. And then you measure its vibration, it changes. Right? Okay, now check this out. Your ball of water. And then you smoke. Now your ball of water is smoking you. Great, now. Your ball of water. And then you smoke. We have a smoking buddy, like Jay and Silent Bob. Okay, why are they buddies? Because they smoked the same thing. This works when you drink coffee, right? Like, Like, you want to be intimate with somebody, you can't like be inside of them, nor can you be them, but like you can eat the same food and enjoy the same high, right? Like, sort of speak. So it's like eating certain foods puts you in a certain radio frequency on Earth. Like, you're not experiencing the same type of day as the guy who had black caviar and cream cheese bagels in the morning, right? You're having cigarettes and coffee morning, you know what I'm saying? Or you're having you get it. Or you start your day with candy, or you know, whatever. You know, you're crashing at 2 o'clock. You know, you're part of that frequency of people who do that. You know, there's also different dietary frequencies. Like, I'm a vegan, I'm a meatitarian, I'm a pescatarian, I'm a vegetarian. Alright, check this out. Frequencies. Being in different places at different times. Existing in different realms in the same server, right? So like, you're a vegan, so you're gonna be going to like Fasano's and like the Veggie Grill or something. Excuse me if that first one is incorrect. But like, you know, then you're a meat eater, you're probably gonna go to Five Guys. So you're never going to be existing on the same highways or on the same roads as each other. Ever. You know what I'm saying? If you break your diet, you know, next thing you know, you're at Beth's Cafe getting a bacon waffle, then you're going to be around people who are also doing that day. So, you know, if you want to be a part of my day today, this video, I guess, will go up whenever it's pretty quick to make these things happen. And you're one of those people who actually follow. Because if you want to be doing what I'm doing today, you gotta be on two hosts. That's it. That's all I had for breakfast. I just woke up starving, and I was just like, you know what? This will solve the issue when I do the zombie stuff. I'm alright, but I think I'm gonna have to go for a third one. Because I still haven't had time to make food. The only thing I have is ramen. And it's like, I woke up at like 6 in the morning to do this. Just because I couldn't go to sleep. And, you know, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. Like, I just don't care. Like, I'm at the age where I don't care anymore. I was smoking this weed vape. It was a disposable one. And it happened, just happened to be refillable. So, you know, if you're in a state where weed's not cool, then you might be into this. This little disposable cart, I was able, my wife, she smokes this Bad Labs stuff, and I always thought it was a pleasant smoke in comparison to all those weird geek bars or UT bars, which happen to be healthy enough to use daily, but I took one apart, you know, I didn't see anything wrong with it, even if you over vape it, it's just a sponge of oil, and it's a food product, so it kind of makes you hungry. But other than that, like, there's nothing being burned, so I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with it. So I got this single coil disposable thing and I filled it up with the Bad Labs vape stuff, and it worked. It worked. I was like, I can make a spliff out of this thing, right? I could like extend my weedy weeds. Because what is the reward for playing 5 hours of standard zombies with people who don't know how to play, who don't make it to the monster nursing? There literally isn't one. So, like, where do you get that dopamine hit from? Like, oh, you did all that hard work. You don't get anything from it. Like, you get a couple of, you get more levels, I guess, if that's what you're about. You put a double XP token. After all that hard work, you know, you just take a little proof of something, you're good to go. Nothing to cry about. Some people do cry from playing too much Call of Duty, and I totally understand it, and I do not judge them. If you see someone who's frustrated at Call of Duty, really try to calm them down, because some people don't have that outlet, especially if they live in a Bible-thumping place like Illinois. Or maybe they're actually a good officer. Like, you know, there are good officers. I don't really like the police, but I'll make this an example. There are good officers, and to those, they're probably just trapped within the system of being a fed who can't smoke. And there's like, dude, when I signed up for this, I didn't know how brutal it was actually going to be on my life. And they're on contracts, so they get to play Call of Duty and stuff, but they don't get to de-stress the same way you do. And in fact, they have to deal with more stress. least you get to go to work and your life is never put into peril. Unless you're like an electrician or an audio engineer or something. Or working for the state on the cement underground. Just do your job. Having your life put in danger to save other people's lives is kind of a raunchy thing to have. It's just at least from my neurotic mindset. I'm not a narcissist, but I'm a little neurotic. As a musician with grandeur. Kind of comes with the territory. But you know, they sound nice. I think I'm gonna be better than anybody. I came here to raise the frequency. It's like I'm Justin Timberlake and Elon Musk, but I just don't have as much money as them to do cool things with, to make cool things happen. But I would. Because the problem with my reality as a 90s kid is there's not enough entertainment. People are trying to work on luxury so they can sell it because of capitalism. But there's not enough entertainment. People aren't being paid to act. People aren't being paid to make movies. People aren't being paid to make very good video games these days. People aren't being paid to be Daredevils. People aren't being paid to make AI level content. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I explain it? The last best AI level content thing that came out was Predator. And most of that was real. Real stuff. People are being paid to make AI level content at that point, but now they're kind of like content. So everything just kind of sucks because of money. And it's because people are hoarding money. Like Elon Musk has too much money. Straight up. Like if someone disperses money amongst all creators, we'd have much more unique reality to live in. No one cares about cars that much. It seems like those smug bastards who bought the cars do. You know what they're not doing? They're not playing games like Call of Duty. And does it matter to play games? It's built into science to play games. Brain cells can play games without a human body attached to the brain cells. There's an experiment that took the brain cells of mice and humans and put into a petri dish, and it is forced to play Pong. If the brain cells hit the Pong pad and was successful, it would hear the sound of the legs. But if it failed any part of the game's processing features to win, it would get a terrible sound of static that it did not enjoy. And the brain cells, without being able to see, were able to complete a game of Pong faster than AI was able to be taught the same concept. So, you're a bioengineered computer, and being able to do that with blood cells is humans being able to start the bioengineering of a human being. It starts with the brain cells. It doesn't matter if putting brain cells inside of a host will keep it alive somehow. Humans don't really know how life works yet. Once you figure that out, you can figure out what makes humans tick, where their batteries are, and you'll be able to put that into a technology and make a biocomputer, which would be the next step after a quantum computer. I am smart. Everyone's just kind of catching up. Why is that? It's probably because they sit around watching furries all day. I'm pretty sure My Little Pony doesn't teach you. It might teach you how to draw though. In which case, 6 skills. Anyone gets on you about this game not teaching you anything and being a waste of your life, remembering all the steps of standard zombies will probably make you smarter than mom. You could definitely gain your mom's respect if you can get into the zombie room. Hey mom, look what I did. Well, bro, dude, if you could do that, you could probably run a forklift, and you could probably, you know, do some recipes, and you could probably, own a dog. That, like, that proves you have an IQ of, like, above at least 120. You can beat standard zombies. I would honestly say it takes an IQ of 135. Mine's like 136. And the only parts of that thing that make me mad is having to look up the codes, rocket parts, all it. And finding the keys. What a tedious task. Oh yeah, and then setting the zombies on the thunder. That's some IQ stuff right there. Once you get past, oh yeah, and then driving to the boss room. And then driving at all. Some IQ stuff. I believe that kids start with an IQ of 200 and it gets wanes with time. Depending on what they do with their lives. You lose like 80 points the second you smack your head. Probably gain 40 points if you stick a torque in a electrical socket. But you probably shouldn't do that because it probably work. But if you survive, it does do smart. But you can do that in different ways. It's more temporary. Like you can go sit in a Tesla or a Chevy Volt. Two prime examples, and get radiated by the battery. The radiation from the battery will actually spark your brain's ability to fire neurons. Same way the battery works and affect your body. So if you put a Chevy Volt in sports mode, you will literally feel it. You feel like electricity coating your body like a sports coat. I had to wear a leather jacket and special clothes. Make sure it didn't accidentally radiate me or something. So I was always terrified of that. Whenever I was in sports mode, I was always like agitated. Also, no one needs to be driving a Chevy Volt in sports mode. It'll just make you mad at everybody. How come you ain't moving your car? I'm just gonna go around you. I can go around you in all 5 of these cars in 1 second. It literally takes me like 0.8 seconds to do that. But unfortunately, the car is built like crap. Its performance is better than the parts it was built with. So my wheel actually broke in half during a turn and a stop, and actually smacked against the wall on a highway at 86 miles per hour. But I was racing. I'm gonna be honest, I was racing 93 miles per hour. And on the turn, the car just couldn't handle it. Like, I was always looking at the car like, how could you build a 3,500 pound plus vehicle with 15-inch rims made of? Who does that? But I'm not gonna question Chevy. That's what I said. Biggest mistake of my life. I should have immediately changed those rims out with whatever carbon fiber, I don't care. And then the wheels should have been like Comhos. So that should have been just how it goes. Oh, and if it's not a Comho tire, it's not a tire. Like I put my finger down on that. There's a Chevy Volt. I have a Chevy. My wife's Chevy Sport. It's a 2020. It is 2026, and those tires do not have replaced. The front ones went out because of an alignment issue, but like the back ones are still like, what? Are you sure those aren't like basically almost new? And I was a Firestone guy. I was also a Michelin guy. That's his advertisement, I guess. If it ain't Asian, it's not a tire. That's what I believe. Like Asians put soundproofing in their tires. It's something you can do yourself. I don't know if they invented it, but that's something they do. That's cool. And it's been about an hour of recording. I haven't been cut off yet. And we're also still going on this zombies. If there needs to be a part 2, I will make up part 2. I'll just delete some of the next bonus room and I'll take a pause. But I'm also gonna make some long, long 1 hour videos. I might make some 3 hour videos. But that's probably will be the extent of it. 30 minutes, an hour. 30 minutes, an hour, up to 3 hours. That's probably my max record time. Okay, so this room, you're supposed to stand at the bottom of the corner so zombies can't appear behind you. Then you can use the trap as a tool. Again, these guys are just they might be 5-year-olds or Guatemalans. Sometimes I just get teamed up with people that don't speak English. Like I'll be offended that they don't have mics and they'll be like, okay? And I'll be like, oh. Or even worse, okay. It's like, oh, okay. That one time I went to New Zealand. No one there spoke English except for the people who are not also from New Zealand. And then the people from New Zealand refuse to talk to the Americans. They're like, no. Another one where you have to stand in the corner. Oh yeah, if you made it harder enough in this video, you must have an adult save brain. Let me tell you something. Remember when I was talking about prostitution? So that would be fine and all, if you could sell your OnlyFans via your YouTube gaming channel and everything, but only if it was fair. So hey feminists, do you believe in equality? Yeah. Okay, that's very feminist, right? Yeah, okay, so bitches making OnlyFans and selling it to dudes like prostitution, how the dudes can't do the same thing without looking like a female or chopping off their dicks or shoving shit up their assholes. I'm just being real with you. I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't think I'd agree with that. But if you get to flash your kids and get 1,000 views, and I have to do this crap, how do you make it fair? And then how do you make it make sense? Also, I'm going to bring up another topic that wraps around to this idea because it's mainly the thesis of it, and the thesis of why I came back to planet Earth. Because I've already died. People call me Jimi Hendrix. I have the spirit of Jimi Hendrix. Great. Let's use that and let's talk about some things. So, females on this planet are fucking ridiculous. I was totally with them. Let's say post 1970s, where they didn't have rights. They had to submit to men and all of this stuff. Was I into that? No. So I came back to talk and fight for them. It's like, you guys can't talk for yourselves, especially during that time period, because you guys can't even vote or anything. It's terrible. So you probably have to hide in your position so they can go and speak for you. But and then there's a life, you come back as a female and you get to see what it's like. It's like, okay, I was in the army and everything, in the military, I got to live to 33, I think it was. And I never got to have sex. It was my mission to go and do this thing. I was serving my country my whole life. And so I go to this party to go to do this date thing, and I end up in the bathroom, and somehow I died. I'm not sure how it happened. But I was sitting on the toilet in the bathroom at this party that I was going to go lose my virginity at, and I guess I got poisoned or something. Or drank too much, or something happened, I died in the toilet, and then here I am now in this life. So I'm sitting here thinking that thought, like, how terrible would that be to be a female who's like, everything a man would do is to prove to themselves that they don't need one. And then finally they want to experience pleasure, and then they just get killed. So now I've been born as a musician again. I'm not poor nor am I rich. I just don't have money problems, right? But I'm not gifted money, so then I have the depression to be a musician. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep your depression up. So it keeps you empathetic with other people. So, you know, in this life I see the state of females, and it was crooked backwards, but it's like they want revenge for something that doesn't exist. Like, the people here who made those rules don't exist anymore. And, like, we are of kin, but, like, we are not them. Maybe in a different country, like, that is not as advanced as America, it might be a problem still, which is why we still have internationals that move here, who make political content on Instagram. Like, most of those influencers that spread misinformation are internationals who barely speak English, but are hot enough to get followers, right? And then that spreads to what I like to call the children of Cain of America, which are just people who follow any information that they see. But the point of it is that I guess it just needs to be a fair playing ground for everybody. And if it's not, then why do you think it is? Like, Google is a fair playing ground for all websites. It's a matter of your SEO and content available and relevance. So I think if your video isn't relevant to the content that's being presented, it probably shouldn't be displayed. Even if you pay into it, I think that this level of censorship needs to be applied. If you want to do that stuff, maybe you have to host your YouTube videos on your OnlyFans instead. It's personal opinion. And I was getting deep there on the topic, but I had to conclude that because it would be fair to the audience that I may have in this game chat. So thanks for being here, guys. Peace out. This is DomHall Live.